Hey, hi guys. Hi Limancito and Sayan. Neko to Hana. So probably cats with flowers, I guess. I'm gonna have a tiny book club bit at the beginning. Let me know if you can hear and see me. Hey, Hadi. Hi. Hi from the Netherlands. Oh, wow. I hope you have good weather over there. And Cyan, too. And hey, Dan! It's been a while. I hope you are well. Can you hear me? Am I talking to the void? I've been good, mostly. Oh yeah, I can read that too. Nekotohana. Indeed. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know. I was a bit unsure about the sound and video, but there's always such a long delay that I'm like, is it working? I just want to talk about two books while I'm sort of starting up the stream today. And it's funny because they're both the same size, so that's kind of cool. But there is this one and this one. This one, fairly obviously, is about photos of cats. It's made by a really, really good and renowned cat photographer. Hold on, let me get his name because I can't never get it right. I think his name is at the end. It says Mitsuaki Iwago. I think that's his name, but he is really good. It's like almost unbelievable how good he is with cats. And I got a few of his books because I really like to draw and paint cats, and I like that these photos, they show the whole cat and they're not set up, like it's not it's like really natural cat, if I can say that. So I really quite enjoy looking at these books and the cats. Hey Malvina, hi. Oh no, Cyan. Oh no. I think that has happened to me once as well. Like I start the streaming software, but I forget to actually initiate the start in YouTube, the live stream in YouTube. So I'm there like blah 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 blah, and on my computer on the streaming software it shows me like doing all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm fine, I'm good. And then I realize that I have the chat and like everyone's like, hey, has it started yet? What's happening? Is it working? And I'm like, wait. And then I go check in YouTube and I realize I forgot to actually start the thing. So yeah. Hey Lee. Oh, 21 degrees Celsius in the Netherlands. That's nice. That's like ideal temperature. I have had cats till I became... Aww. That's a bummer. My mom is in a similar situation. She suddenly like she recently realized she has become allergic to cats, but she used to have a cat, so it's just really really sad because then you go like, hey, I want to get a new cat, and you realize that you can't. So this other book, also in Japanese, I don't know why, but like I think about 1/3 of my library is Japanese books. And it's not because I can read any of them, it's just that they often feature an approach that I find more relatable, and the way they set things up is a bit different than my other books, and I just realized that they kind of work better for me, even if I can't read anything in there. Like from what I can understand, over here in North America, what I find in the Japanese book is mostly stuff I will see on blogs, like artists that are not world renowned. Oh, I think we have a visitor. Hold on. Pickle! It's prêt? Which one is it? Oh, Scooty! Hello! Hello, bébé! Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Salut! Salut! No? She's not a good stream cat, that one. But yeah, what I was saying is that basically I find that in Japan they tend to have more books about artists that are kind of more diverse and approachable, if I can say that. But anyway, long story short, I got this book. It's pretty cool. It says Travel Sketching Tips, and it's just a really nice book that I find super inspiring when I'm stuck in art, which has been the case for a while now. And it's just simple, you know. It's cat is doing silly stuff, but it's just super interesting, and it's very carefree and pretty too. So I've been sort of re-looking at this one because I can't really read it yet, and it's been very inspiring. So I've been using this as inspiration and this one as reference, and I'm trying to draw cats and stuff from this book and just add color to it just to feel better. Salut, qu'est-ce que tu fais? T'as eu peur? Ah, t'as eu peur. Let me boot this up so that you can possibly see Scout being silly. Right. I'm all set up to have a co-host, but she's not here yet. I think I forgot to mute this up. Yep. I'm super prepared, guys. So yeah, that's basically the books I'm sort of looking at more at the moment, and it's just really fun. It's not, you know, it's just really carefree. And also this person is using water brushes, and I'm like, how do they get anything good out of them? So I've been... Salut! Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, toi? Hein? Tu sais pas trop? T'es pas sûr? Yeah. Love that you like to paint cats. Why do you have such a preference to painting cats? I don't know, it's just that I really like cats in general. I've grown up with cats mostly, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just the I connect better with cats than other animals. I'm kind of scared of dogs. Not all dogs, mind you, but big dogs. I'm not a very tall person, and as a kid I've been sort of either attacked or just jumped on by dogs, and it's just weird. And cats are everywhere, so it's fairly easy to, you know, find something to draw. Yeah, I saw that on YouTube. You can find a video by Cat Valk, and she made a brush out of her cat's hair and painted with it. It was quite funny to see, even if the brush itself is not, you know, it's cat hair is not the best for painting because it's kind of really soft, but it was interesting to see her paint with it. Also, another fun thing is, you know, stamps. Well, Canadian stamps are usually very boring, but they have this series that's just gonna come out that's about Canadian deserts, and it made me laugh because they have fun shapes and they're like Canadian classics, especially the sugar pie. Sugar pie has been really part of my growing up. So I just thought it was funny. All right. Let me get my co-host and then we will try and find something to paint for today because, again, I don't know. Okay. Bonjour à tout le monde. Hopefully she'll decide that setting up here is just as good as setting up in the bedroom. Hey, Patricia! Yes, I said sugar pie. Oh my god, sugar pie is so tasty. Abby says, cats do tend to be more loving to kids, right? And more huggable. They are definitely more huggable. And yeah, I had a cat as a kid that would let me do just about anything. I dressed him up, I put him in carriers and carried him around, and he was really, really mellow and really, really kind. So that helped. Any tips for learning to paint cats? A lion. Oh. Hey, hi Dawn. Skeletons of lions online could help. Is it a close-up? Is it like a face of a lion, or is it more like the whole body? I also have tea. Well, it's herbal tea. Otto sent me a throat comfort tea, and I thought that the live stream would be a good time to try it. Oh, it's tasty. I can only speak from personal experience, but when I have to draw something that I'm not familiar with, I will often like Google it and do a bunch of sketches. So even if they're not good sketches, it's just kind of to get a feel for the shape of the face, the shape of the body. Just, get a feeling for it. Oh, there's another cat in here. Hey Heather, hi. And then when I have kind of a feel for the thing, then I choose one specific photo as reference, and I will try to use it to paint it. And I always start with like the biggest shape, and then you try to just place the main elements and to get them in the proper place as much as possible, and then you add a bit more details and then a bit more details, and just I work in sort of passes, rough passes, slightly less rough, kind of like a sketch, more details, and I try to fix it as I go along. Toutes les chats. Aww. Scratches for Pico's butt. Like this. Butt scratches. Minute. Ellie. She's purring. Hmm? Is it donut time? I think it is donut time. But she always wants to be the most compact little donut. So sometimes it's complicated to settle down. Right? There you go. That's cute. Good job. Hey Stephen, hi. So references plus lots of gesture sketches. Yeah. Since you're working with the head, perhaps do sort of mini angles of the head, just so you get a feel for the way the things are shaped. And if you can sort of get a feel for like, oh, the nose is about this shape, and when you look at it more on the side, it gets really like a different shape. If you can get the feel for how it looks in 3D in your head. I'm not good with this, mind you, but this is just what I try to do. If you get a feel for how it looks, it's sometimes easier to sort of translate what you see from the picture to artwork. Then again, I don't really do realism, so... Alright, so what should I be drawing today? I tried to print some references, but then my printer pooped out on me. Because, sure, I need that. But I wanted to print some photos that Otto sent me. She sent me beautiful pictures from Japan, and I thought that they would possibly be fun to make studies. Oh wait, did I miss something? Dan, what's the news? I'm so late on everything. I hate it. Heather says, hi Dan, congrats on your paint being included in those art boxes. That's awesome. It does sound really awesome. Don asked, do you guys celebrate Holy Saturday too in Canada? What do they call it? I think they call it Easter Sunday. Hold on, let me check the calendar. It's in English at least. Because I know the names in French, but I am not so sure how they translated them. The calendar should know. Good Friday was yesterday, Easter Sunday, and Easter Monday. It's basically what they call it. Most people have either Friday or Monday off. Some people, mostly government work, have both days off, or schools have both days off, I think, too. Oh, I'm glad it helps, Abby. I hope you end up making a painting that you enjoy and that you are happy with. Don says, my handmade paints are being featured in the new art sub-box that started up. What? What? I gotta check that out. That sounds amazing. Oh man. Is it a box that is mostly about artisan stuff? Because, dude, I'm on that. I also have cookies today, so... Now paint, but what? Mullet Tom, that's a funny name. camera stuff. Gosh darn it. I'm like stuck in everything. Stay there, you. It's okay. It's okay. There you go. Trying to get the good angle on the kitty. Good. We just call it Easter weekend. Yeah, that sounds more convenient than. Then says, I think the creator of the box is going to feature some artisan stuff. Not sure on her plans. She's just on the first box. Ooh, I gotta check that out. What's the name of the box? Okay, so guys, what should I draw today? Throw words at me. Want to paint a beautiful shrine? I could. It's kind of a lot of work. I don't know about you guys, but architecture is really, really intimidating. Kind of scary. Like, holy, there are so many like stuff that it's kind of what I find the hardest with taking a photo like this and making it into a painting is that every detail is beautiful, but I am not someone who can paint every detail, or not right now and not well. So I sort of have to figure out which details are worth including and which I can sort of make more suggestive, and it's that's the real hard stuff. But I can try that. Let's put this aside. Let me grab some watercolor paper. I never paint big either, so I'm probably just going to use this half sheet. It's a 6x9 piece of Arches paper that I got from a 9x12 sheet. Yeah, the big spaces in gray, that's fine, but you know, sometimes it's like I really like the detail of you know, the how can I say this? Like a tree is the best example of that, seriously, because a tree, like every leaf is sort of interesting, but you might not want to just start and do every single leaf. Sketch and Story UK. Hold on. There are big spaces in gray. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily draw every plank that I can see in the spaces, but it's like this is like intricate. There's a lot of intricate stuff. Yeah, there is some really nice grains in there. I love that since my printer is not it's been like weird lately, but it sort of blurs out a lot of the details, so that's possibly a good step. Abby says that in realism, unless it's photorealism, you also leave things out or add stuff that's not in the reference pictures. That's true. Hey, Tom, is Tom your name? But anyway, thank you for stopping by, and see you later, maybe? Patricia says, what about the other picture with the longer view and put Adventure Cat in it? Yeah, I could have him there. Okay, let's just try and sort of start somewhere. just gonna try to make, because this is longer than this picture, so I'm just gonna try to make it a bit more the same proportion, just so it's easier to get reference points in. My name is Thomas. Well, hi, Thomas. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Lana. Hey, Bugs of Paint, hi. I think you guys probably will be more easily able to tell just how off I am in my proportions in this, just because you probably get a better view from the camera than I do from this here. Cooking. Oh. Yeah, the shrine is a hard angle to sketch. It's kind of a 3 perspective point perspective. But still. It's very in character that I would choke on a cookie. Very much like me. This is kind of possibly larger than I would draw usually as well. Hey, inking is joy. Hi. A person that is really, really good at drawing Japanese buildings is Mateusz Urbanowicz. Sorry, it's kind of a hard name to pronounce when you are not familiar with it, but his work is really awesome. Oh yeah, he's amazing. I don't know how he managed to do that, but first of all, he draws. The drawing itself is amazing, and then when he paints, he can sort of work without painting in layers, which is kind of mind-blowing when you see him do it, because he's going to paint like the perfect shape of the shadow with like the gradient of color in it, and it's not layered on the base color, it's like a separate shape in the painting process, which is really, really impressive. Oh, hold on, before I forget, just gonna take a break from this. I want to show you guys something pretty awesome that Movina sent me. And also I got the most weird postcard from Cyan. And since they're both here in the chat right now, I just wanna show this because I'm really, really thankful. And also it makes me laugh. So okay, this is kind of sort of possibly nature-ish, but it's also nature-ish. So you can't really blame nature for being nature. But Cyan sent me this postcard, and I really laughed when I saw it. It says a heated hello from Finnish Lapland, and well, yeah. It made me laugh also because a heated hello from Finnish Lapland. Lapland doesn't strike me as a place that's very warm. So I'm like, well, you guys tried really hard to get this pun in there, right? Could have been just a nice pictures of the animals and, you know, just say hello from Finnish Lapland and would have been fine. But they really had to make it into this. So that's going to be a super great addition to my bin of weird / ugly postcards. Incidentally, the stamp you sent me is really pretty. I don't know if it says on the back, the autumn is the reindeer's rutting season. Yeah, no, really? Huh. So I don't know if you guys can see the stamp, but it's really lovely. But yeah, that's something else. And Cyan says that this was the tamest one. So I'm not sure I want to see the hardcore ones. Like what? Okay, and Movina sent me a really awesome package. She reached out to me and told me that she had in her hands a bunch of really old pans of paints. This is one of them is old White Knights, and the other, I don't know, hold on, some other vintage Russian paint. So I think it's going to be a really fun experiment to unwrap these and try them out. And I'm super thankful for them. Really, thank you so much, Movina. That's really cool. But she also sent me more Roman small paints, and the way she sent them is so cool. I hope I can share this. I hope it's okay that I share this because, oh my gosh, it's so pretty cool. Hold on, I hope I can. I can put the postcard back meanwhile, but dude. But yeah, Malvina basically made these really cool little sets. This one is the Berman starting kit. To activate, you need some paper, jar of water, a brush, a skilled artist / cat lover / both. And she selected colors from Roman Schmal that would work to paint the cat. This one to paint a Berman cat. And I mean the artwork on the kit art, if I can say that, is really, really nice. I love this thing. So this one is the Russian blue starting kit. And then you have like colors to paint a Russian blue cat with the most adorable Matryoshka with the cat. And this one is the Japanese bobtail starting kit. And I'm like super excited to try the paints and paint the cats with them. So I think I'm gonna make that at some point, and we'll probably share it because it sounds like way too much fun to keep to myself. Okay, back to this nightmare. Oh yeah, I gotta show the postcard again just for Heather. Thank you so much, Malvina, for sending it. I really, really like it, and I'm super excited to try the colors and paint the cats at the same time. It's like two of my favorite things combined, so that's a really good idea. There was also one that said winters are not the only thing long and endless in Lapland. Really? Oh my good grief. Malvina says, love the postcard. Once they separated donkeys and Polish zoo because they had sex, crazy people. Well, animals in zoo, they don't have much to do, right? Yeah, the deers are mating. It says a heated hello from Finnish Lapland. So heated hello because hey, rutting season. It says the autumn is the reindeer's rutting season. So yeah, you have like a pair of reindeers. Very Christmassy, right? Wow. Hot damn. I think what I'm focusing on right now is just trying to get the elements at the proper sort of perspective of things, because that's something I really find that I struggle with. Say, this thingy here, the handle probably is, you know, like just on top of this line here. So I'm just trying to get everything in the right place, because that's usually where I get all messed up when I start thinking things, is that I realize that I drew all this stuff just kind of randomly, and I'm like, well, nothing is in the right place, and that's just annoying. This is big. It's kind of like a face. Does anyone know that feeling when you're drawing in public and then somebody starts watching you draw and then you start drawing worse? Oh yes. I stop drawing when someone watches me. I'm just like, hi, can I help you? Like, I engage with them because I want them to go away. Sometimes they will talk to me when I'm done drawing, which is fine. But yeah, whenever they come up to me and they're like, ooh, they look over your shoulder and breathe in your neck, and you're like, nope, 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 nope. This is Mr. Happy Shrine, I guess. Like another example of the kind I would, like I would just add these details and not make sure they're aligned on a line, and then when I ink them, they're all like willy-nilly, and I'm like, no, you had one job. You know, those kinds of moments where like, how can I call myself an artist when I'm not even paying attention to the artistic stuff when I'm drawing? I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And then it makes a mess, and I'm like, welp. Face of the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. Yes. I'm happy. There you go. Respect my personal space. I don't know. I was just I like to engage with people because if they're anything like me, it usually confounds them. So if someone is like watching what I'm doing, I'm gonna be, hey, hi, can I help you? Usually they're like, or sometimes I would just say, hey, hi, how are you? And they're like, I'm fine, fine. Well, you're drawing? And I'm like, yeah, I am drawing. And like, oh, and sometimes they sort of go away after that. It looks like a clown now, but there you go. Back to being sort of like a door-ish. I keep seeing Birdo from Super Mario Bros. Doing the reference. So cute. Thomas, oh yeah. Like cat face here, and then you have another cat face reversed below. Heather says, yes, nervous tension tightens muscles. I guess tight muscles, unpredictable marks. Oh my gosh, Cyan. It sounds super intimidating. Like, don't talk to me! And you're like, I'm sorry. Okay, that doesn't seem to be all that wonky. I mean, I'm saying that, but this looks really weird. Holy crap, that makes everything look so weird. Well, it certainly is a good study practice, right? I mean, if I struggle with it, it means that I'm sort of learning something, I guess. Hold on. Sorry. What? Okay, let's see if I can. So technically, I shut down the mic before. Yeah. Sorry. What's the word for using a tissue? Blow my nose? Yeah. Guess it's it. To circle the eyes, bigger center is nose. Lying down. Oh yeah. And then, oh yeah. Have you guys ever won a prize because of your art talents, like a school award or something? Hey, Rena. Hi. I think I won sort of a prize at some point. It was a comic contest, but it was kind of easy to win, if I can say that, because they really liked artsy fartsy things. So I made them a really artsy fartsy comic, and then I won. And I was like, yep. So I don't know if that counts. That was kind of easy to rig, if I can say that. Bonjour, hey Juma. Yeah, I won 3 years in a row local art contest as a kid. That's awesome, Abby. Lots of Pain says it's the complete opposite where I'm from in Texas. People just talk to you anywhere and done. People are kind of friendly over here too. It really depends on the person, but yeah, generally it's like it has happened a lot that people would just start talking to me. Now you're in line at the doctor and the person like next to you starts talking to you. Often it's like older people, and like that time it was a grandma, and she was so happy to show me pictures of her grandkids, and I was like, no, okay, that's kind of cute that you would love them so much as to show absolute strangers their pictures, you know. But yeah. Oh no, Abby! They hashed after that to not enter again to let other kids have a chance at winning. Oh no. In case Joyce says, in my school there is a billboard where they present wonderful art made by students. One of my drawings made it on there and my crush liked it. It was a pretty good day. Oh, that's cute. I think there was a similar billboard in my high school. I think one of my paintings made it too, but I remember I was able to take plastic arts. I don't know what it's called, but I was able to take the art class 1 year in high school. And I really enjoyed it. It was fun. You know, you could just... Teacher basically was like, okay guys, I don't even remember if he gave us a theme. But he would basically let us do just whatever. And it was great. I had a blast. After that, I was sort of forced into taking sciencey classes, which are really helpful right now, right? Why would you hate your art classes then? Sorry, then I was not expecting that. I can never make any sense of the amount of levels and lines and things like roofs. I always just draw a few and I'm like, I don't even know which ones they were. Hopefully I will be able to make a bit more sense of this when I ink it, but yeah, I'm not getting my hopes too high up. So Dan says about the art teacher that she wasn't particularly helpful, never explained anything, told me my art was terrible. Yeah, that's stupid. Never gave me any advice on how to improve. She just said look at other artists. Yikes! Yeah, alright. Granted, that's really crappy. The art teacher I had the 1 year I was able to take art was really fun. He was just like really sort of carefree, and he was not judgmental at all. Considering we were all like super young people and not very good artists, any of us, he was really nice. And he was really like encouraging and very common sense-y. I think that's what an art teacher should be. But yeah, we don't always get good ones. Should I try to ink this and see how much of a mess I make? I think it's time. Basically at the point where I'm like, I don't even know what's going on anymore with this, so hopefully I can make something work with the colors, but always a good study, that's for sure, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's try inking it with this. I want to show you guys something really weird. You know this Strathmore Ready Cut watercolor paper? I've been using it a lot in review or stuff. But yeah, I recently took out like the sheets I had left in the set from the wrapper, and when I removed the cover, there was a dead bug, dead bug on it, and I was like, what? What the hell? What kind of bug is this? Looks to be like kind of a tiny moth or like really wimpy butterfly. But I was like, ew. And there's no bug juice on this paper. So I really don't know when that happened, but it sort of made me laugh. It's also kind of gross, but mostly funny. Okay, that's it. I'm just looking for some kind of paper scrap. No, that's not a paper scrap at all. That's good paper. Nope, this one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Just something so I can put it there and put my hand on it. Okay, let's make a bigger mess. Insert your emphasis, put emphasis on ready to cut. Yeah. I don't know when. Dead bug in my paper. completely forgot to put the 3 in there. So I guess there might not be a 3 in there. Or I could add it on top. Oh, actually it might be a good idea. It might help cover up some of the mistakes. Okay, hold on. I was so focused on the structure that I forgot about the leaves. But they're one of the things that I really like of this photo, so... Otto! Otto! Yay! I'm so happy to see you. Look, look, look! Even Pekko is there for you. I tend to avoid brush pens when outlining. They're fun when doodling in my sketchbook, but using it in the final piece. It depends. I think I do better work when I ink with the brush pens because they are perhaps a bit more expressive. And I think the way I paint is more suited to having bigger outlines. Does anyone else have a problem with cobalt blue separating into tiny chunks in mixture after you let it sit for a while? Well, it's gonna separate. How can I say it? It's not gonna separate, it's gonna granulate. So cobalt is a heavier pigment and it's usually gonna you know, sink to the bottom, but it shouldn't make clumps. It should just be like, say your mix looks red and when you actually mix it, it becomes purple because all the cobalt is like at the bottom under the red. Yes, that's a pic you sent me, Otto. I really love them. I wanted to print more references, but my printer is being a big poop today, so I only got these 2. Oh, big yawn, Pickle. Well, you sent me great pictures. And when this one is a good challenge because like the perspective is really something on this one. It's also lovely, so I kind of don't want to make it make it ugly. I want to do it justice, but like holy moly. Good challenge. Oh, have a great weekend, Patricia. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, 22 Celsius. Whoa. Oh, I'm envious. It's like really gross and cold today. How cold? I don't know. I didn't check. I know that yesterday it was like 5, but feels like 0. And it was raining too. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I really like using this brush pen on cold pressed paper because it's so rough. It makes for some really nice dry brushing. Oh, thanks. Really messed up the length of this. Oh well. Leaves like that are the kind of stuff that is really fun to paint in gouache. Because you can basically come back when everything is dry and just add them on. While with watercolor you sort of have to preserve them before you paint. Like in the movies, I see cat faces. You do though. No, I think I just lost track of where the leaves are supposed to go, so I'm just gonna try to put some in places that... Thing is you don't want to have them like super even as a pattern. You want to have clumps of leaves in some places and other places that don't have a lot of leaves, but yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep track of that when you're working on a drawing. Oh, I'm very good, Otto. Thank you. How are you doing? I know you just woke up, but some mornings are really harder than others. Like you wake up and you're already like, no. It happens often to me when the cats have been really sort of annoying in the night and they woke me up a bunch of time and I'm like, what? They might not look like it right now, but they are super annoying at night. It's harder for me today to wake up at 4 a.m. as I got used to waking up at 8 a.m. Eep. But now he's gone home, I need to wake up at 4 a.m. again. Why do you prefer to wake up at 4 a.m.? Because just like that, that sounds brutal. I really doubt your mom is up at that time, is she? Oh yeah. Okay, that's true. I forgot. But that's true, yeah. Well, I should have had a brain that works and remembered that. Long distance relationship with a big time difference is crazy. It is. Can I just be crepuscular? I don't know if I got it right, but I'm trying. That's for sure. It's a really good exercise, yeah. It's really hard when doing a study to not really be like, oh no, I messed up a detail, my study is ruined. Because I just messed up a detail, but I gotta, keep in mind that sometimes you might get a detail wrong, but the drawing still looks fine, still looks just like a drawing. Oops. I'll try taking easier pics. Well, you had some pretty easy ones in the rest of those you sent me, but like I said, my printer wouldn't let me print them, which was really annoying. And I was like, why are you being? I tried doing all the clean up muzzle thingies, but I'm just exhausted from. Is it just me, or is technology like super exhausting in the sense that? Or perhaps I'm just getting old, but I try to catch up with it, and it's always like something breaks, something doesn't work, and I'm like, why is this not working? And then I try to just keep up with it, and I'm like, oh, the new thing is everyone is using like an Apple, everyone has tablets, and I'm like, how can everybody afford to have an iPad? I don't. Good grief. Well, then again, that my situation is possibly different, but I'm like, these things are freaking expensive. When I was a kid, it was like a big deal to get the $100 CD player. That was like hot thing. Now it's like, oh, you got an iPhone, $1,000 phone for your birthday, and I'm like, whoa. I'm not gonna try and mess up the Kenji. Definitely not something I would do right, so I'm just not gonna try. Yeah, but that's the thing. Heather says the sketch looked pretty impressively accurate to me. Don't sell it so short. That's the weird thing with art, is that I don't get to have an objective view of it. Like I will see what I do, and I will remember that. Oh yeah, you messed up the lines in that part. That's the only sort of thing that I remember of it. I cannot see it with a new eye. So it's kind of really weird to assess art when you've made it. Like I have a much easier time assess art that like Mr. E has done. I tell him that it's really pretty, so that's like I didn't make it, so I can look at it and have a fresh eye, and I can tell him when I feel like something is off, or it's much easier. But when it's something that I made, I remember all the mistakes on it, so it's weird. I haven't found a way to parse that information in my brain yet. I've been drawing for a while, but still I haven't found a way to wrap my mind around this. Art is always subjective. Yeah, it is. But it's weird to remember that. Like, it's hard. You have to think of the fact that I think that it helps if you view a lot of art from different artists. Like, you look at abstract art, you look at super realistic art, you look at all sorts of things, so it gives you a better grasp of what everything is. But at the same time, like, it's really weird when I'm like, oh no, this is too small, this is not in the right place. Like, I'm like, but maybe it works as a drawing anyway. It's just that I can't tell because I'm like, oh no, all I see is the mistakes. No, all the mistakes. So I can wait. Hold on. Lee says that they can afford an iPad because iPad plus infrequently upgrade. Desktop tower works out cheaper than replacing a work laptop every 3 years. Yeah. It's difficult. I just don't know. Oh, Inky's Joy, don't do that. Inky's Joy says, I tend to not consider myself as an artist as that title seems too unworthy for it. Listen, if you like to draw and if you enjoy it, you're an artist, that's it. And if you feel like perhaps the title of artist is like something out of reach, I would perhaps suggest that you look at all sorts of art in books about art, in books or online, but like contemporary, all the older movements, and you just, I think it would give you perhaps a better grasp of everything that is considered art, because everything is art. Like, if you take something, process it in your head, like we all do that anyway by default, and then you make something happen, like you create something, a drawing, an object, a sculpture, it can be fabric, it can be anything. Well, you've made art. Art doesn't have to be like in a museum to be art. And it's difficult because, yeah, your brain is always like, but, and the more you go to school, the more the more messed up your brain is, because school can be really, really weird on the brain when it comes to art, in my opinion. I don't think there's an age prerequisite on being an artist. You just enjoy creating stuff, enjoy being creative and making stuff happen, then you're an artist. That's it, in my book. Thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate it. I love this. Oh my gosh, Otto says, I always say do one and you're a crazy person, do many and you're an artist. Oh, I love this so much. Oh, this is great. The brush pen is really awesome for me right now because I can sort of put in like random lines, and with the texture it looks like, since it's not a clean full line, I can get away with more, I feel. Like, oh, it's sketchy, so it's sort of hinting at something rather than being super precise and being like really solid, this is the thing. I really should write that down. Hold on. Where's my scrap of paper from earlier? Is this one? No. Nope. 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 I had a scrap of paper earlier. What did I do with it? Oh, hold on. This will work. Do one and you're a crazy person, do many. It's true though. Paint a canvas blue and call it art and you're a crazy person, but if you do lots, you're Eve Klein. Yeah, I know. Or, yeah, I remember my art history class, and there's a lot of things that you can... pickle stretch, pickle flop. Yeah. Paint a canvas 2 colors and call it art and you're crazy, do lots and you're Rothko. Yeah, but for him it meant something. Like, if you look at the Mondrian painting, it just looks like a bunch of lines and squares, but he had a process, like it meant something for him. And that's what I learned in art history classes, is we had a class at some point where the teacher spoke about the guy that ended up painting a whole canvas white. And he was talking about, like, he took us through all the paintings that artists did before, and there was really a story about this in the painter's head. There was a process, and once the painter got to the end of his process and painted the white on white canvas, he had like succeeded. He had reached the end of this process, and then he moved on to paint other things. So it's kind of really interesting. I think art in the vacuum doesn't really work. You sort of have to either consider many pieces from an artist, or like read on the movement, or just it's interesting. Art history is really, really fun. I kind of wish I could take art history classes again. They were great. I loved the teacher. One of them was so funny. Memory I have of him is like he was always sort of grumpy, but he was also really passionate about art. So he would be really good at like saying stuff at some point that would be really surprising to us, and not in a way that people would fall asleep. Some would, because that's what you get in college, but yeah, it would be like really blunt sometime, and it was hilarious. Okay, so what am I trying to draw right now? You need to understand the context in which the art was created. I agree, Otto. Heather says, to me, art is the process of expression of emotion through color, texture, and medium. Just my 2 cents. Yeah, a lot of people really work that way, but it's not universal. I know that for myself, I don't express emotions in my painting. I just never have been able to, and I just don't do it. But I know a lot of people who do, so truly art is whatever you make. It's I don't know, it's hard to explain. Oh yeah, I forgot, I found my... Oh, I'm so glad you found it! Yay! Where was it? Hey, Tsikaboo! I don't know if I said hi, but hi! I saw something on a news program where artists apparently use the same amount of brain power as scientists, mathematicians, and it's even good at preventing things like dementia and such. I'm not exactly surprised, because there are, like, even if it's not necessarily researched and all of that, there are effects you can just live when you art. Like, if you are tired, if you are in an altered state of mind, it's gonna affect the way you art in the same way that, like, you probably cannot do like super hard science when you are too tired, or you're gonna make more mistakes. And the same thing happens with art. Like, it's not because it's hard, because it's art, that it doesn't require your brain to be just about this, you know? I don't know if I can express this well. I know that I've had many work experiences where I would try to work exhausted, and like at the end of the day, when you don't have any more brain juice, all out of brain juice, but you have to keep working because your shift is not over. So you keep working, and it's art stuff, and you get it done, and you come back the next morning, and whatever took you 2 hours to do at the end of the day before, it takes you 30 minutes to fix and redo completely, because your brain is fresh and your capacities are fresh, and you're like in a better place than after like 6 hours of working on this. And I don't see how that should be any different in a scientist or in an artist, personally. I had a pretty neat teacher who would say, repeated mistakes becomes a style too. That was a good one. It says, Dr. James Fox does a great documentary on understanding conceptual art. He's also foxy for an art critic. Oh yeah, I think you he's the guy who made the ones about the colors, right? He made it about blue and then white and then gold, I think. Is that it? Oh, have fun on the walk, Lana. By definition of art is just drawing whatever the hell pops up in your mind and calling it a masterpiece. I don't really use the word masterpiece. I think it's a weird concept. I think that masterpiece is kind of subjective as a concept, because I'm like, who is anyone to call something a masterpiece? What makes it a masterpiece? By emotion, are we talking about our own emotions in a piece? Well, I think anything goes. If you draw someone that is sad, you're gonna channel what you know of sadness to draw it, so I think it's sort of works out anyway. Well, I'm glad you found it, Inky Mishoy. That's really cool. But in a way, you're expressing emotion. You like the picture and choose to reproduce it. So yeah, you're expressing yourself in any way. Like, you will usually go towards what you like, or if you go towards what you don't like, then that's another kind of expressing what's going on in your head, possibly. Fatigue does not make good art. No, it doesn't. And extreme emotions doesn't make good art either. Like, there is this misconception that an artist needs to be miserable to create great stuff. That's just not true. I don't think being miserable has ever done anything great for anyone. I'm also thirsty, so. I really like that quote too. I keep telling myself that quote. The color series of gold, white, and blue was really interesting, especially the blue part. When you see them make actual lapis-lazuli ultramarine blue that is intensely blue, so you see the process and why it's $1 billion for a tiny pan of it. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Fuck's the paint what? Fuck's the paint says, we'll have to looking up. I had Sister Wendy on PBS growing up, and though she was amazing, not necessarily foxy. Yep. I just remembered about the dress, whether or not it was black and white and gold. Yeah, that was a weird thing. Even artists like Van Gogh didn't think much of their paintings when they were younger. I don't think... I get really suspicious personally when I see an artist who really thinks the world of their own paintings. I always am a bit like, this is different. I'm really not used to that. I know a lot of my friends are also artists, and no one is like that. So whenever I see someone who's really, really, really like super proud and happy with their stuff, I'm always like, that's weird. But it's okay, it's fine, it's just unusual for me. How is being miserable inspire you to make good art? I don't know. I think it's because many artists that became masters also had a lot of mental issues. So I guess that perhaps people who are not necessarily creative themselves would see that and think that it was a part of what make the art great, but it usually isn't. It's like a very sort of romanticized view of the creative process that is not necessarily accurate. Especially nowadays, where it seems like a lot of artists struggle with mental issues like depression and anxiety, and like art is not necessarily valued all that much anymore. So I think that's really stressful, and I think that's conducive to depression and anxiety. Because I've never seen an artist not do art because, I mean, we all do it because we like it. So when you do something you like and you put it out there, and like nothing or bad stuff happens, that's always really weird and unsettling. Ah, Heather, that's pretty awesome if you can use art that way. Heather says, I was working on something when my hubs said something that irritated me. I used a lot of red in that piece. That works. I mean, if that works for you, that's pretty awesome. I think fully appreciating an art piece is for other people to do. My job is to make art. Let's not focus too much on the fact. Oh no, Otto, don't focus on that at all. It's not. It's part of the process of being an artist. Like it's not something that is always on. Sometimes you have off periods. That's perfectly normal. It's really hard to be creative all the time. And that's for like normal people with no issues creating whatsoever. If you are someone who is stressed or anxious or have any kind of mental issues, then it's even worse. It's compounded. Like, I know I was miserable because I got on the brain meds. I was just useless. I really like a painter engaged as a Courbet. Is Courbet a painter? I don't think I've heard of him. Or her. Perhaps I should check it out. We'll write it down. Dan says, I get really proud with my paintings. It's usually when I paint a piece and don't F it up. Hey, Temple! Hi! Oh no, oh no, you've been healed. Aww. I hope it's the kind of thing that can get better and soon. There's all kinds of weird chronic illnesses, so I know that some of them saying like, I hope you get better soon is not really helpful, but I really do hope that there's a way you can get better soon. Bringing things medicine from users of ignored. Oh, thank you so much for popping and saying hi. And we are all sending love your way. I am. Thank the maker for communities like this. It's a fun one. We have a great community. In being normal, what's that? Gustave Courbet. Hold on. Gustave Courbet. We'll check it out. Hey, Marek. Hi. Being normal, what's that? I don't know. It's a thing out there, I think. I think some people would say that they are normal, but then again. I got a really nice book on Japanese crests, and I'm really looking forward to studying the designs in it. I'm saying that because I'm just looking at this cresty thing on there. Oh, it's chronic, but maybe in 4 or 5 years. Fingers crossed. Yep. I really hope you get better at Temple. Thank you, Joyce, saying, when I was in elementary, I was a weird kid and I felt very lonely. Being normal sucks. It's not, I don't know, I'm old, but I would say that being perhaps mainstream is what is possibly lackluster for all the creative people. Like, if you are trendy, or if you are like what everyone else is, it's kind of really boring. Because I think that saying something is normal doesn't really apply to people, personally. That's just the way I feel towards this. Because, I mean, then again, what is normal? Even what we think is normal is like assumptions about things. Like, oh, you need to have a job, that's normal. You need to have a house, that's normal. That's just silly. We're all in different circumstances, so normal is not really a thing. Rena says, I'm depressed right now, so I'm picking fruits instead of talking with my friends. Worried. Well, if you are depressed, I would perhaps recommend speaking with a doctor. I was suffering from anxiety for a really long time, and I didn't know it. And I spoke to my doctor, just saying like, hey, is there a way I could talk to someone, because I don't feel super great, and people seem to think that talking to a therapist is helpful. And he asked me a bunch of questions, and he ended up prescribing me anxiety meds. And I was like, oh yeah, oh that does the trick. Like, I'm a functional person now because of that. I wasn't before. And it's just because, you know, sometimes your brain is not properly balanced. That's okay. You can take meds for that, which is, in my opinion, pretty awesome, that you can fix it and get better really quickly too. So if you feel really depressed and you can possibly mention it to a doctor to see what they say about it, perhaps they can really help you feel better, and you are gonna enjoy everything a lot more if it's something that can be fixed with meds. Just my 2 cents anyway. Not everyone can do meds, of course, but if you can, it's worth looking into it. says, I feel that I have a bad habit to force myself to sketch and draw, but I have the same thing with other areas of life. Yeah, it's really hard to know when to rest and when to draw. But, yeah. Ah, very nice. Berenice? Very nice. It's so nice to see you. It's been a while. Oh my gosh, you've been watching everything. Swatching is fun, right? Playing with paints is always a lot of fun. When I was super anxious, I would always force myself to draw. Like I would do studies, I would keep on drawing and sketching and sketching and sketching and sketching and sketching, and I filled sketchbooks, and I didn't like any of it, but I think it was really helpful still. So I don't know what to think about forcing oneself to draw. I think it's not necessarily a bad habit, but it's perhaps good to diversify what you force yourself to draw, just so you can possibly gain more skills that will like help you fix what you don't like, if I can say that. I really don't know what I'm doing with these stairs. This, okay. Whoops. Oh no, I hope I didn't miss too much of chat. You guys are checked today. That's great. Otto says, I love getting old because I'm getting to love myself as I am now. When I was younger, I hated myself so much, but I just don't care about it. Yeah, that's something that happens with age, which is really awesome. Like, I'm realizing thing now. First of all, I'm realizing that most people in their 20s are it's kind of the worst phase. I remember myself in my 20s, and I was like, I was a terrible person at time. Now I feel like I'm better, but still, I'm like, oh, ooh, that wasn't my best moment at all. I'm really glad I'm past that now. And yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. Very nice. Meds for anxiety really help, so I don't know why. Like, if you can take them, I don't know why one shouldn't, because they are really nice and helpful. And well, of course, I'm in Canada, so we have like insurance for them. I don't really have to pay out of pocket, because it is quite expensive, true. But I also like to function as a person, so yeah. Yeah, Otto, I first of all, I'm glad you do, because that's kind of much nicer than the alternative. But yeah, that's the thing. If you can have meds, I fully support that you should perhaps inquire about it. And if you can't have meds, well, I fully support that too, because it's a bit like vaccines. Not everyone can get a vaccine. I've been living through pharmaceuticals. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, some things need therapy to get better, but some things just needs to readjust the chemical imbalance. So in that sense, meds are pretty awesome. I will let this dry for a second, and I will go dig out my Japanese crests book just to see if we can find Otto's one in it. That would be so cool. Hold on. Is that the one? Yeah. You guys get to see my super PJs. Whoop whoop. Okay. Anxiety is gross. 20s were the worst. Ah, they were. They're nasty. Well, you decide what you want to do then, truly, but If it means I can function and get stuff done and be happier as a person, I will rely on meds every freaking day. Because there's nothing for me that is as important as feeling not like a turd. It was not great. I mean, it was a terrible feeling, and it was really unpleasant, and it was hard just to function with other people, and I really didn't like the way it would make me behave. So I am really, really, really happy with meds, and I will never say bad things about them. Oh, that's great, Otto. What you say about liking yourself more and feeling better. We have to remember what the crest is called. 4,260 designs of crest. Is that the yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty cool book, right? There used to be a book on how to cut family crests from origami using symmetry. Oh, whoa! Some of them are super elaborate. Like, look at this one with the bunny. I mean, what? Perhaps there's a way to see the names of the crests that could help. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. You can English index of motifs. A bunch of crests. The crests are arranged in the order of their Japanese names in sections that correspond to the Japanese kana syllabary. Although in this edition the pages run in regular Occidental order, please note that the order on each page is from right to left. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's great, Inky's Joy, if you already start feeling better about this. It's really, really awesome. Not everyone needs meds, of course, but no one should feel terrible. Well, because the crest family name might not be the same as your actual name. It's super complicated. Hold on, let's see. Well, there's all the Japanese names in there. Perhaps I should take pictures and send this to you eventually so you can read them and possibly get a flashback. Oh, it was this one! Do they do things to stop you being socially awkward and cold-hearted? I don't think so. I'm still socially awkward and oddly temperatured-hearted, but I can function. I don't have weird things that pop into my brains that are really disruptive. It doesn't change who you are, it just lets you function better. Like, you spend less time trying to fight the bad impulses of your brain and just being a normal person. Il y a le format Kindle pour le livre? Apparently there's the Kindle format for this book, I guess. Is that what you might say? Anyway, I got this because I really felt like there was something inspiring in the patterns, and it would be fun to. This one is just a big radish. This is awesome. But yeah, there's a lot to study from them, I feel, and to possibly Frankenstein and incorporate into other things. Oh my God! Look at the radishes. It's like plain radish in a circle, and then you have two half radishes. I'm guessing these are radishes, but they look like radishes. This is kind of really great. Like, everything can be a crest, apparently. But I love that it's like, that's either a Japanese turnip or a radish, so that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, these are so elaborate. Like, you have super simple ones, and then poof, like helmet, faces, another helmet, another helmet. Yeah, it's not over. I'm just letting my inking dry a bit before I erase and or possibly smudge everything and try to add colors to it. Though it's kind of late too, so I don't know if I will, how well I will be able to manage that. But yeah, we're just looking at quickly at this Japanese crests book. Hey, look, it's the bunnies. Cyan. You have 3 bunnies, 2 bunnies with kind of a scenery thingy, a bunny on the water, looks like, another bunny. This is pretty cool. Britt Nice says, same, I am still socially awkward, but don't feel so sick with it. I am calmer, more chill overall, will chill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely Science Crest, the bunny one. But yeah, same. I don't want to go into too much details about it because I don't want it to be triggering or rough. But it's really weird because sometimes you don't even realize just how much your brain doesn't help you, and that it's not your fault. And then you sort of get a medical assessment and get on meds, and you're like, oh, this is the extent of everything that was sort of not functioning properly with my head. And it was not my fault, it was nothing weird, and it was possible to fix it. There are many ways you can help too. You can do more exercise if you like it. You can, you know, just say if you really enjoy being in nature, you can take more hikes. There's many ways to help, but also meds are a thing. What kind of book is this? It's a Japanese crests book, compiled by the Matsuya Peace Goods Stores. Matsuya Peace Goods Store. Sorry. It says the origin of the Japanese family crest goes back to the 11th century. Each of the high-ranking courtiers in those days began using a specific textile design for his most formal costume worn at the imperial court. So yeah, that's cool. The original edition was in 1913. Really? That's kind of really cool. Anyway, so that's the cool book. I will try and send you pics of it, perhaps the index, Otto, and you can maybe like read them, and if stumble upon the ones that you're like, oh yeah, that's the one. It's pretty cool. We still use our family crests on formal kimonos. That's really, really awesome. Because I mean, to be able to define your ancestry with a drawing is a life goal, honestly. I'm kind of bummed we don't have that, because I'm like, as an artist, to be able to represent visually where I come from is kind of really, really cool. Perhaps I should make mine like a sugar pie crest. That would be on topic. That's true. I don't know why, if that related to something else, but Simon says, I like to think that there are multiple solutions. None of them is right or wrong, just different. That's basically, I agree with that. I'm just saying, I guess my recommendation is, if you feel odd in a way and you don't really know why, it's worth inquiring about it, because there might be ways for you to feel better. And feeling better when you feel not great on a regular basis is worth it, in my book. Oh, thank you, Lena. I think it's because we had such a long time of not having a written language, so visual representations will develop more, possibly. But still, I mean, it's super boring. Just like I write my family name and I'm like, yep, that's just a bunch of letters that make sounds. That doesn't I mean, you had heraldics too. Like there are many instances of visually representing ancestry, just because it's easier to you just see it and you can get a grasp right away of what it is, instead of reading a bunch of lines of text that says this is this and that and something else. So sugar pies and cats. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I wonder if there are any crests with cats. Hold on. Oh, there is. I think those are plums. I saw plums, or peaches. I really like them because they look like little. They look like butts. Okay, cat. Oh, no cat. Bummer. Have you tried to see if you have a... I don't think I do. My mom has all the paperwork about the weird ancestry of her side of the family, because my mom is technically French. So she has like perhaps a history that goes further back than what we can know about my dad's side, because my dad's side is from Canada, and Canada is kind of young. It might be harder to track stuff all the way back to France. But anyway. Design. Oh, well, if you like designing family crest, Heather, I would love to see that. Dealing with cat issues. I hope everything is okay. Dude, there is a family crest for you. Google it. What should I Google then? Cat crest? Basically, it's just a big cat face. Makes me laugh. Like, everyone has some really badass stuff, and you show up with your cat crest, and everybody's like, oh, what does it mean? I like cats. I think it should be like Pickle right now, like a cat donut. Your surname and plus family crest. Hold on. I'm gonna make some obstruction. Just to... Oh, yeah, we have a heraldic thingy, I guess. We'll have to check this up. See what it's about. That's interesting. I'm just bummed out it's not a cat, I guess. I have never done a painting based off a Manikiniko cat. Though I did paint calico cats. Okay, so that's the thing. I realize I don't have any water to paint. I have a bunch of brushes are ready. It's just me that's not ready, but then again, not new. Hold on. I'll take a quick bio break and get some water, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, kitty ones. Yes. Oh, I'm all for this. I love that the cats in the heraldic, sorry, I've been adding an R in there from nothing. But one of them is like pretty legit, but some of them are really derpy and awesome. Sorry, I find that really funny. The meaning of your name, daring, native, natural. Huh. Huh. Is it not public, my surname? I think it's in my P.O. box address though, is it? Though, thank you for having that in mind, Otto, that's pretty awesome. I will have to check it out later though. I remember that it's on Wikipedia, French Wikipedia. I don't know if it is. I don't remember. Hold on, okay. Try to have my reference, my brushes, my paint, my water. Alright, I think I'm set. I'm using the 24+2 Schminke set that you've seen me use a lot, just because it's kind of handy and it's always there. It fits nicely on my desk. My chair is squeaking. Squeak, squeak, squeak. That's okay, no problem. I don't like showcase it, but it's there. I mostly use both because it's kind of like it looks a lot like part of my surname, and also when I heard my surname said by someone that only speaks English, it was really nicely butchered up. So I went like, yep, I need a shortcut just to reduce the amount of cringe that will happen in the future. Oh, that's pretty cool, Heather. It does. It does prove that you read what is below the video. Right, let's use this crummy drawing swatching. There's a site which even mentions members of your family. Yeah, that's as far as I knew. I knew that. Well, anyway, that's the story of most of people from Quebec. Anyway, we all come from French people who migrated over here and decided to make a new life here. So that's pretty common for everyone in Quebec. And yeah, but after that, I guess it's just a long line of people with my surname just doing their Canadian thing. Like my dad's side of the family is really really local, if I can say that. I think we go like kind of nicely far back, but my mom, I mean, her parents are French. My mom, she moved from France to here when she was a young kid, so. It's a nice green, right? This is the one they call permanent olive green, something. Yeah, I don't know. My swatch card is somewhere. Like, this is not a big pile of mess, but it's still like oddly composed enough that I can never find anything in there. Yeah, permanent green olive is this one, and this is May green, which is, I think May green from Schminke is the pan I have the most dupes, not dupes, not duplicates. Duplicates? Well, I have a lot of that pan because it's in so many sets that they sell that I ended up having a stash of them, and I'm like, well, I don't I love the green, but I don't use it that much, so I just have a big stash of May green. I'm never going to run out of May green. Nope. Archambault. Ouch. Well, it's not so bad. You guys are cracking me up. Archambault. Not quite. The Archambault. It's Archambault. It's really weird. It's really tough to explain the AM sound because it's a different sound. You don't really pronounce the M as an M in it, but it's not just the A sound. It's sort of a different new sound. Archambault. Yeah, but people would read that and say Archambault. It's Archambault. Yeah, you can stick with both. That's why I put it there. It's because it's much easier to pronounce for just about everyone out there. And it's really weird because I am not used to hearing my first name in English either. Because I mostly hear it from my friends and locals here, so it's Eve, not Eve. And when I hear like my full name, like the surname butchered and my first name in English, it takes me quite a good moment to recognize that it's me they're talking about. Like, I had sent a question to an art-related podcast, and they said, "Hey, we have a question from." I don't remember how badly they butchered it, but I was like, "Oh, who's this? Oh, this person is me! Oh, crud!" Yeah, Marshmallow is good. Eve Marshmallow. I would stick with that. That's good. Ev, yeah. I'm cheating in French, but your name is actually German. It could be German. I know there's an Italian artist whose name is like something like Archambault, and he painted like people in vegetables or something like that. So I know there is an Italian variant of Archambault. I wouldn't be surprised if it was German, but I know it came from France because basically everyone here came from France a couple of hundred of years ago. So there. That's about. Every time something like arch or arches is pronounced in French, I'm butt. That's funny. What's your favorite paper? Oh, it's the butt paper. Yay, Cyan, you got it right away. Archambault. Nice. Archambault francisé. Huh. Can I just rant about how Holbein in Japan thinks it's okay to charge more for a tiny half pan than a 15 ml tubes of the— What? I thought I misunderstood. I thought it was like more expensive than the 5 ml, and I was like, okay. But the 15 ml, that's insulting. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't think it was that bad because I saw the price on the Sekaido website and I was like, oh, that's $3. That's fine. Because over here the pans are like $12 each, and I was like, that's stealing. But I mean, if it's just the— oh yeah, over here there's— I know of one store in my city that sells the Holbein pans, and like a series 1 is $10, which is hilarious. Oh, whoa, for real. Wow. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's ridiculous. Seriously. Yeah, it makes no sense, right? Why would you have it be so expensive? It really weirds me out because I think I said this before, but I'm gonna ramble about it again. But I have an uncle with a French name, but it's Yves. So whenever people call me Eve in English, there's always kind of a disconnect for a second that I'm like, Eve. Like, Eve is a man's name. They're probably not talking about— oh no, wait, it's in English. Okay, cool. I'm getting better at it because of YouTube, but yeah, it was really confusing for— like there would be a big delay between someone saying my name and you reacting to it, just because it was a less familiar gymnastic in my brain to convert the name to my name. Yeah, exactly. As in Eve, Yves, like Eve Klein. 100 yen is about $1 in USD, roughly. When I worked for Sanrio, it was a basic trick to just— yeah, exactly. Hey, Firecloud, hi. Yeah, it's Ev. It's basically the first E is technically has the backward accent thingy, but I think it looks derpy and I hate it, so I never write it. I mean, there's no one who speaks French who's gonna see my name and say it Ev. No one's gonna do that. And every other language doesn't need the stupid accent on it, so I just don't usually include it because I find it derpy. That's my official reason for it. It is derpy. it really seems like Finnish is the way you pronounce Finnish words is really similar to the way you would pronounce them in French. So I think it's not that difficult possibly to say something from French to Finnish, because you basically just read what is there, except for a couple of things. But yeah, Finnish words are pretty awesome to try and read. What, Lena? You would pronounce it ev instead of ev? I will check at your art in the server when I'm done with streaming, Lena. Just because it's sort of difficult for me to get to the computer right now. There's all sorts of things that can kill you in the way. Like I will trip on all of this and hurt my cat if I trip. I don't want to risk it, but I will definitely check it when I'm done. Yeah, I like languages that basically you just pronounce what you see. I mean, it's kind of the same with Japanese. The thing is that what's difficult is learning how to read the hiragana and katakana and kanji, because once you know the sounds the alphabet makes, it's not really hard to say it in French, because it's really similar to the way we say most other things in French. So that's not complicated, but the thing is that you have to learn a really complex new alphabet to get there. That's the hard part. Thing is, I'm reading the chat. Otto is mentioning that Holbein is really more affordable in Japan. I think that's a good incentive to travel. Like you decide where you're gonna travel to just so you can possibly buy some local paints that are gonna be both affordable there and also a great souvenir from the trip. I think it's a fun way to travel. Oh, I'm gonna go to Poland to stock up on Renaissance and have a great time. I'm gonna go to Japan and stock up on Holbein. I'm gonna go to the US and buy the entire Daniel Smith store. Oh, holy moly, I miss it. I missed the time when Daniel Smith was more affordable, because nowadays, yikes. I was just like perusing. I do a lot of research, which is basically window shopping, but I call it research because it is informative, but it is also window shopping. Anyway, and I was looking at the price of Daniel Smith, and I was like, part of me regrets not getting possibly more colors when they were a bit less expensive, but then again, I don't really use them all that much, so why? Oh, it's the same with Copics, yeah. Or screen tones. Like everything that is really expensive and fancy and comes from Japan here, you go over there and it's really common and it's not fancy and it's really affordable. Like the paints that are used by Studio Ghibli to paint the backgrounds of their movies, they're called the Nicker poster paints, and they use those because they are affordable and cheap over there. But if you try to buy them anywhere outside of Japan, they cost an arm and a leg, because people are like, those are the paints used by Ghibli Studios, ah, hype, but it's basically what they used because it was cheap. And they could paint, scan the paintings and be done with it. Yeah, good. Otto says, you go to Japan for Holbein, you go to Poland for Renaissance, USA Daniel Smith, France Sennelier, Germany Schminke, China Winsor Newton. Oh, Dan! Oh my gosh! Ouch! Oh, you just destroyed them. Bam! USA also M. Graham, I agree. You guys are funny. It doesn't help that Nicker paints come in glass jars. You can have them in tubes though. But yeah, when you see like the super badass background artists from Ghibli Studio, they have all the pots open on their desk. And they are super like casual, it looks super easy and it looks magical and you're like, oh, wow. And then they really hike up the prices outside of Japan. Which I can understand why, but it's also really silly in a way. Paint more, Eve. Talk less. You guys are fun though. I really enjoy this, so guess this is why I'm sort of not super efficient. Oh, I know what color I'm gonna use for the shrine. I know. It's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna use my super duper mix of, what is it? Deep red and cobalt green dark. That weird granulating gray is exactly these colors of like red and greenish. I think it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be fun. Oh, I'm using the Casaneo instead of the Ultimo. I was sure I had grabbed an Ultimo, but oh well. That's it, but it's just a bit too thick. Still a bit dark. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Winsor Newton just released, not long ago, kind of a couple of new colors. Well, they released some cadmium-free cadmium colors, which I know is kind of funny. But they also released what they call the Jewel line, which is basically some of the limited edition colors from previous sets. There is transparent orange, there is smalt blue, aqua green, cobalt green, dark or deep, I don't know. There's a bunch of colors. They're all really nice. But yeah, they're not exactly new, but they're now available. Yeah, I'm losing my English. Yeah, it's a really great sort of brown neutral. I really like it. I've been using it a lot. It's super expressive in that it will separate and granulate really nicely. On the paper you will have like definitely red areas and definitely green ones. So I'm really enjoying it for that. Oh, now I'm getting hungry. Oh yeah, I didn't eat dinner. Then again, I ate breakfast like super late, so. Weekends, am I right? Weekends are great. Tsukkabu, if you are in the well, if you are anywhere outside of Europe, anyway, Windsor Newton is crazy expensive. It's just absolutely unaffordable. Like it's the brand that has always been there at my art store, and I could never commit to buying a tube from there because it's insane the price. I'm like, who can afford those? It's just not good. Not at all something that makes sense, in my opinion, to buy. Because you're like, well, for a similar price, I can get a lot more from somewhere else. So why should I go for this brand, you know? And then you let it dry and it becomes super hard to re-wet and you're like, what did I do? Let's see if I can get some lights back from trying to remove some of the paint. I possibly waited a bit too long for that, but yeah, it's okay. This is a sketch, this is a study, this is practice, so I am not really worried about it. Have I been talking too much in French? I've been talking too much in English. Where is Windsor Newton expensive? Affordable then? Is it affordable anywhere? Because, I mean, if you think it's crazy expensive in the UK, I mean, it's worse here. It's even more expensive than that here. So it's just, like, if I want to buy Windsor Newton absolutely, I will go to Jackson's and I will get it from there because it's the best price I can find. Because, like, it's beyond words how expensive it is here. It's like $16 for a small tube of cobalt teal. Like, it's just no way. China. Oh my gosh, Dan, you're on fire. I should have realized I was using this Casaneo brush because I was able to get some really like nice shape for the leaves instead of blobs. If I had been using an Ultimo brush, I would have gotten blobs. It's a good brush, but it doesn't keep a point at all, so usually I can't get nice like leaf shapes with it. Hey Lee, hi. Oh no, I hope you can't hear my stomach grumbling. That would be really embarrassing. I'm really sorry. Over here at the local chain of art supplies, Holbein is sort of affordable, sort of. Not as good as you would find in Japan, of course, but it's more affordable than Daniel Smith or Windsor Newton. We also have Sennelier, and we have Schminke now, but Schminke costs an arm and a leg, and possibly a couple of fingers extra. Sennelier is fine, but they only have like the 10 ml tubes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am really sorry. Damn. Oh no, I hope this is not spring and algae crawling up on me. That would suck. Crap. Oh, thank you guys. I hope when I sneeze it's not too loud on the microphone. I'm really sorry. I could try and super quickly shut it off. But it's really difficult to manage a sneeze and do that at the same time. I really didn't miss the allergy symptoms I get. Like, it was winter, so there were no plants, and I was like, oh yeah, this is great. But now it's spring, and I'm as happy as I am that the plants are coming back. I also realized that it's gonna be allergy time again. And I'm not excited for that, though. It's gonna be time to stock up on the allergy medicine. I used to be fine. I didn't have allergies until very recently. Merci. I only had winter for 3 weeks. What? Well, we have winters for 6 months, so. No, I mean, it wasn't so bad this year, but like, if you don't like winter, don't come live over here. You're not gonna enjoy it because we get winter here. It's not great. It's not the worst, I guess, but it's not, awesome. I know I'm doing the sneezing on stream thing. No, I'm doing the most annoying thing ever. Hold on. All right. Is the sound back? The sound should be back. I cut it off to blow my nose, so you wouldn't have to have me sniffing. Stream. I can't do people sniffing on stream. That's just I tense up so bad. I'm like. If you need to blow your nose, do it. Do it! Oh, that's a good selection of paints, Rena. How many artist grade brands are out there? Quite a lot. It really depends on where you live, because there might be some that are quite well known in other countries that we haven't heard of. Like until Renaissance, until Melvina sent me some Renaissance, I had never heard of them. But I don't think they were quite new. At least for the pans. Is it bad that I kind of laugh a lot in my head when you said artist colonies, Otto? I'm not sure I got the proper mental image. What mental image did I get? Oh, you know, one of those crunchy places where they don't tell you to maintain hygiene and tell you to express yourself with your art. That kind of stuff. Does anyone like to paint on hot pressed paper? That's a very good question. Oh, damn. Okay. I can't do it. I tried and I was like, oh, I hate this paper. It's so patchy and weird, and I'm like, I can't make this work. Give me some good cold press with a lot of texture, and I'm gonna be super happy. You know that Holbein does half pans, a little bigger than Western half pans of Gansai paints now. Oh yeah, I saw those. I saw the Gansai sets. You know, the big wooden ones with the all the, I want to say like pastille, but that's a French word, but all the pans in it, and they are lovely sets, but I really feel like I wouldn't be able to paint properly with them, because if they're meant to be paint for Gansai, I feel like I would have to use either really good cotton paper to get something out of them, or use rice paper, because you know the way you're supposed to use those is different, because you can paint on one side of the paper and then when it's dry you add other colors on the back for a different effect. So but I saw the sets and I was like, wow, these look like candies. They're gorgeous, but yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Hey, bye Joy, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, I tried some Arches hot press and I didn't like it. I also don't like the fact that if you leave tape and or masking fluid on hot press for more than 5 minutes is gonna mess up your paper. No, you're thinking way too hard about them. Oh no, I'm sorry. Gansai were designed for things like itigami. Okay. Oh, I need to check my itigami book. I have a Japanese book about itigami that I can't read, but I enjoy looking at. I love that way of painting, by the way. It's so fun and fresh, and I love that people who do it in a traditional way. They get inspiration from the seasons to paint stuff. So you can have some really nice like paintings of like, well, if it's fall, you're gonna get like gourds and pumpkins and stuff, and I'm like, this is fun. This is great. This is so wholesome. I love it. I think the most useful color of all is paint. Like, it's like palette stuff. I don't want to say mud because I hate calling paint mud, but technically what other people refer to as palette mud. I think that's the most useful color of all. I need kind of vaguely this color. Just mix it up. Add a bit of something if need be. And ta-da! Schminke pearlescent set looks like candies too. Yeah, they do. It's weird though because Schminke pearlescent, they're basically the 12 color set, the regular set, but with shimmer in them. It's the first time I see kind of this approach. Like usually when you have a shimmer set of something, it's going to be different colors but shimmery. But Schminke just took their basic 12 color set and added shimmer to it. So you have like yellow ochre with shimmer, which is certainly different. I don't know why it cracked me up, but I was looking at like Venetian red with shimmer, and I was like, somehow I did not expect that ever. Alright then, I'm gonna look at my possibly eBay wishlist and add. I had removed the Gansai paints because I was like, they're torturing me, but I think I'm gonna add them back. They're not super pricey. I think I saw them on eBay for $100 or so. So I think that's, I mean, it's within reach. One can save up for that and eventually get there. So I think that's pretty neat. But also, I think they require kind of a bit of space, and it's not something that I have a lot of. So but I will definitely go look at them and think they're pretty. Shiny mud paint. Schminke yellow ochre. So funny. Why is it funny? I mean, the shimmery one is funny, but the regular one. Alright guys, I'm almost done, so I just need to paint in a couple of the details. This is not exactly what I wanted. Nope, this is not. Well, yellow ochre is often opaque because the pigment is opaque. What I find weird is transparent ochre. That's the one I find weird because I'm like, how did they manage? It's like when you read that they make mayonnaise without fat, and you're like, well, basically mayonnaise is just is 95% fat. So if you end up with mayonnaise without fat, what is it made of? So that's kind of the same thing that happens for me with yellow ochre. I'm like, it's an opaque pigment. So when I see transparent yellow ochre, I'm like, what is this magic? Cream egg mayo. What? What is that? Cream egg is the Easter candy, right? Oh, thank you so much, Lena. Oh my gosh, that's really nice. Thank you. Hannah says, my partner says he's taking a look from time to time and you're painting beautifully. That's really, really nice. Thank you so much. I do believe I am almost done with this sketch because I think I should perhaps add some like tree trunks shape. But I do believe that if I try to add more, it's just gonna make it messier instead of actually help. Well, avocado mayo is fine because I think it's made with avocado oil. The thing is you need oil to make mayo. It can come from any source of oily thing, but you need oil. So when you have oil-free mayo, like fat-free mayo, how are you supposed to make that happen? What is it made of? Mayonnaise with Cadbury cream eggs mixed in. Why would you eat that? I'm genuinely curious. Why? How are you supposed to eat that? You can't really eat that in a sandwich, right? So are you supposed to put it on a cake? Hey, hi. Otto says, as my mom always says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yes, definitely. Google it. I'm not sure I want to. That has to look really gnarly. I cannot imagine the mix of mayo and cream egg looking anything but gross. Like really, really gross. Why would anyone mix these things? This is what I'm really curious about. It just sounds like a bad idea. That's the sound of a bad idea, guys. That is. Who found it? No, I don't know how to eat it. I think you can have it with bread. It's a new thing, and well, you know what? People ate Tide Pods as well. So, yeah, I'm doing good. Hui, how are you? It started as an April Fool's, then they went ahead and did it. So it's an official thing. It's not something that people like put together themselves. It's an official mayonnaise made by Heinz and Cadbury. I wow. I will definitely have to Google it now. Didn't want to see any kind of pictures of the mixture because it really sounds not super good looking. And there's a certain limit to the amount of gross things I want to look at, but if it's an official thing, then I'm genuinely curious because it sounds like a really bad idea. And also, like, not super good. It's an official thing made by the company. I can't. It's supposed to mean. That brush is a Da Vinci Casaneo, size 6. It's a fake squirrel brush, but like all fake squirrels, it's a bit more springy. And I don't remember why I got one. But thing is that I love the Ultimo brushes, but they don't keep a point really well. So I wanted to try a different synthetic squirrel brush to see how much or not it would keep its point. And so far the Casaneo keep its points better, but I really need to, like, I am putting this one through its paces to see just how pointy it will stay after I've manhandled it for a while. So I am not super, I know, I'm kind of rough with my brushes. I just have no idea how people can be gentle with a brush. I've never been able to. Always been kind of dry brushing and just smushing it, and I'm trying really hard, you know, to just keep it in the shape, but then you mix in a pan and it just scrubs all the bristles in the wrong way, and yeah. Alright, well, I think I'm done. I think that's about as far as I can take this for now. Brush killer. That's a good title. The mayonnaise, which is a pot of mayo mixed with pieces of cream egg, comes in a little pot with a mix of Heinz and Cadbury cream egg branding. You know someone who dips their toast in salad? Gross. Salad cream? Is that like... hold on. Is that like salad dressing? Or is it like... what's it called? It's called Miracle Whip over here. It's like salad sauce. Oh my gosh, I am so grossed out. What is salad cream? Oh, I'm glad you like your Casaneo as well, Lana. It's a good brush. I love my full swirl brushes. Sometimes I love petting them. Yeah, if you have like big Ultimo brushes, it's really fun to go like whoosh, whoosh on them. I really enjoy this. Oh my gosh. Oh, you never buy mayo, you do your own. That's pretty cool. That's really awesome, actually. Does it keep well? Salad cream is a creamy, pale yellow condiment based on an emulsion of about 25–50% oil in water, emulsified by egg yolk, and so it's basically like a watery mayo. Because when you do mayo, you don't add water, so if it's like a runny mayo that's a bit tangy. Oh, good grief. I'm grossed out. You can't see my face, but I'm making a grossed out face. Yikes. Alright. That's it. That's the painting. I'm done. It was a really fun study to make though, because it's really hard to do architectural thing, I find, and it's like a really it's a good brain workout, because I really try my best to keep track of where everything lines up in perspective, and I don't always succeed, but I still make the effort of trying to work it out. So it's really good. Yeah, it's a really good workout. After that, when I do something from memory, it's much fresher in my mind to keep track of where things are supposed to line up. Well, mayo is good. You can add anything in mayo and it's going to be awesome. But watery mayo, I am really not sold on that one. Kewpie mayo is good. I'm just bummed out that it's $10 for a bottle here. I'm like, why? Why do you hate everything? So I just buy regular mayo. Well, actually, we buy Hellmann's vegan mayo because it's good and it's vegan. I'm still unsure if eggs give me troubles or if they give Mr. E trouble, so when we don't feel like eggy mayo, we buy vegan mayo. Chip sauce. Okay, you guys are weird. You're weirding me out. What is chip sauce? Why is it not just like regular dipping sauce? Why is it special? Oh wait, chip, you mean what we call fries. Okay, that I can see better. I was thinking of, you know, dipping crisps into sauce. Well, I'm pretty sure it can be done. Oh, vegan. Whoa, what? It's called frit sauce. It's got, well, it's basically just a dipping sauce. Here, a frit sauce is basically a poutine without cheese. That's what we call a frit sauce. Man, I love this discussion in the chat. I should, you know, close things down, but I'm enjoying this too much. I'm also hungry, so I guess that's that. I love dipping my French fries in ketchup. So original, right? Poutine! Poutine, but over here we call it poutine. But yeah, you can have a frit sauce, which is, you can have an Italian frit sauce, which is just like French fries with bolognese sauce on it. Because French fries are basically just roasted potatoes. Poutine! Oh my gosh, it's so funny. When I tried to explain poutine, how can you even explain poutine? Oh yeah, bourguignon sauce is delicious. I don't eat a lot of meat because most meat I find not good personally. I don't like the taste of it, but I like fatty meats the most, and a bolognese sauce with fatty meat is really good. But yeah, to explain poutine it's just, I think, like, I don't know if it's the official origin of the thing, but it's basically, they would sell French fries in bags, like in paper bags or in you know, cardboard containers, like something really basic, and people would just grab a bag of French fries and go away with it. And cheese curds are very common here. It's a very, I don't know, I don't think it's local, but it's really, really common over here. And fresh cheese curds, also very common. And at some point, I think there was perhaps an issue with the French fries staying warm. So the place just decided to start putting gravy on it. So you would have French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. That's basically the poutine. What's poutine? It's French fries cheese curds, fresh cheese curds, and gravy. And Scooty, hello baby. Hold on. Come over. Ouch. Come over here. Hello. Hello, kitty cat. You want to check what's up on the table? Don't step in the paint, please. Good kitty. No, you're stepping on the painting, baby girl. It sounds disgusting. It doesn't look good, but I'm pretty sure you would enjoy the taste of it. It tastes way better than it looks. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you can have some variants. There are all sorts of poutine. One is called... Oh, I never remember. I know it's called a galvaude, but I never remember what's in it. I know that there's one you can have with like hamburger meat in there. One you can have with smoked meat. One you can have with hot dogs cut into slices. You can have one with green peas. They often have a Christmas poutine that has green and red bell pepper on it. No, but don't drink the paint water, baby girl. Both kitties on cam. Oh, they are super soft. Seriously, they're just about as soft as a bunny. They're really soft furs. It's like stroganoff. It looks like mud, but tastes excellent. Yeah, basically, or like bœuf bourguignon. I have no idea what it's like in English. I wanted to try poutine, but I missed the bun sauce. It's basically just gravy. Why are you smelling paints? You have a death wish, kitty. Tu peux te faire une sauce brune comme tu ferais une sauce brune normalement, j'imagine. It's just a regular gravy that you probably people make with when you cook meat, and you make a gravy out of the juice and whatever has stuck to the pan. Oh, it's called bœuf bourguignon. You're stepping in paint. Oh my gosh, why? Why are you a kitty? Hold on, there you go. She needs that art supply high it. Juma, est-ce que tu as accès à des ce qu'on appelle ici des crottes au fromage bien frais? The thing is you have to use really fresh cheese curds so they go squeak, squeak, squeak when you bite in them. That's the most genuine thing you can get. I have all the cats. All of them. And because I told her not to, probably. Should give you guys a camera look. You're being a frowny baby, right? Well, you're a tortoiseshell. I don't expect any more from you, but frowns. The post-painting cat show. Yep. Pico is trying to outdo herself being cute, and Scott is being a grumpy baby, because that's what she is. Oh, bye Rina, thank you so much for being here. Il y a plein de trucs au fromage. Effectivement. Je pense que le plus proche, si t'as pas accès à des crottes au fromage fraîches, c'est n'importe quel fromage super simple comme un cheddar ou peut-être un mozzarella, mais c'est souvent cheddar bien frais en bloc, ce qui fait encore squeak squeak. Ça marche aussi. Le concept, c'est faut que le fromage fasse squeak squeak quand tu mords dedans. Il faut qu'il soit frais et qu'il n'ait pas été réfrigéré encore. There's a lot of things that goes into making a genuine poutine. A brindle key. Is that the coloring on Scout? It's called a tortoiseshell for cats. And it's for cats, it can only be females. unless you have a hermaphrodite male. Because to get this coloring, you need both X chromosomes. Squeak squeak. Well, it's squeaky, yeah. J'adore, oui, pour la poutine, squid. C'est squeak. Vraiment, si t'as déjà mordu dans un bloc de cheddar qui vient d'être fait, ça fait un son un peu comme ça. Yeah, turkeys only come in girls. Ici au Québec, on appelle ça du fromage qui fait squeak squeak. C'est très bûcheron. Yeah, turkeys are only in girls because they only, like, it's the chromosome thing. That's why when you see a turkey, it's safe to assume that it's a lady. Same for calico cats. To have the 3 colors, you need like both X chromosomes, so you end up with calico and tortoiseshell being females. Yeah, you have on dogs this pattern is called brindle, and I think both you can have it on males too. You don't only have it on females. And it's kind of also to have a female orange cat is really difficult. You need to have the mom be a turkey or a calico, and the dad has to be an orange cat. Otherwise, you cannot have a female that is an orange cat. Wait, what's the difference between a calico and a turkey? A turkey is like scout over here, so it's basically like a bit of a fudgy pattern of either black or gray fur and orange and golden. And a calico will have, hold on, let me grab the cat book that I had earlier that I stashed. Don't mind the noises. Alright, let me grab, I was showing Mr. Iwago's book earlier because I've been using it lately. I don't know if you can be able to see, but this is a calico. So it's the same colors, it's the white, orange and black, but it's more like defined spots. And the black can be gray too. That's a dilute calico, but it's also always females. And a dilute tortoiseshell has gray instead of black. You can get turkey boys, but it's very slim chances. Yeah, there will be hermaphrodites because they need to have both X's chromosomes, and to be a guy they need to have the Y one. So it means they have XXY. Peko is special, yeah. Peko, it means that we know their mom was a calico cat. She was a long hair calico cat. But you never really know what the dad is going to be. But at least for Peko, her dad is an orange tabby. Il y a des mâles tortues, mais ils sont affectés par une vie sexuelle. Oh wow. Est-ce que t'es du vétérinaire? It's official, Peko is special and she knows it. Yeah, she does. I really like tortoiseshell cats are kind of special. They have something that most people call turtitude, which means that they are very temperamental. And as such, you sort of get really curious about why your cat is so silly. And it's really fun to research this stuff. You're cute. People love you. Even if you only show them your butt. It's official, Peko special. Yeah. Oh yeah. Turkeys are really temperamental. They can be super vocal. They will not be all the same, but they will tend to have a really strong personality. This one is a big whiny baby. She complains all the time. It's never what she wants. And things have to be her way. But it's really hard to get things your way when you're a small 10-pound cat. If I keep nagging her, perhaps she will complain, and you will know what I mean. Cassie screams so... Well, Cassie is a dilute turkey, because she's grey. She screams so loud. That's so funny. What's up? What's up, Scout? What's up? Rowdy must have some torty in him. How loud he can be. You can have some Siamese in him as well. Siamese are really loud. Oh, wow. Ah! Oh, c'est super intéressant, je me... Infirmière en soins palliatifs. Ouais, ça doit être difficile, par exemple. I wish her screams would be a little diluted. Oh. So soft. Alright. I think I'm gonna end this here, unless you guys have more that you want to talk about. Oh, Otto says that Jazz, which is who is Otto's hamster, is still on her holiday as James was here for 2 weeks. He's going to get her tomorrow. Looks like she's had a nice holiday at the hamster sitters. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. The hamster sitters. I can't. Jazz's very first holiday. I hope she had a great time. Alright, we're gonna end the live stream. Just to recap quickly, painted this, which is probably blurry and hard to see thanks to being on the cat, from this lovely reference photo that Otto sent me. And Otto had told me that she was fine with me using her pictures as references, so that's okay, that's good. Oh, c'est bon à savoir. Je suis contente que tu aies une façon d'extérioriser tout ça parce que ça a l'air vraiment difficile. Nurses are really amazing and awesome. I don't know if you can hear the noises that Scout makes by bumping her tail into my stuff on the table. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. It's been a really fun live stream again, and I'm really happy that you decide to hang out with me and the rest of us on your Caturdays. It's a legit Caturday today. We have 2 of them, but yeah, we will see each other next week because I tend to do these every week, and yeah, I hope you enjoy your weekend. If you have a longer weekend than usual, make the best of that too. If you need rest. And we will see each other quite soon. So bye guys, thank you so much for being here and take care. Oh, and also a great big thank you to Dr. Otto Cano in the chat, which is one of my awesome moderators, and my other awesome moderators is Heather, Cat Lady. So thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you everyone in the chat for being awesome as well, and see you all next time. Bye bye.